Welcome back to Peach State Perspective, the podcast where we explore the people, places, and policies that shape Georgia. I'm your host, Bolden Chen, and today we're going to roll the cameras back to explore a little-known story with a huge impact, how Atlanta became the film capital of the South. Let's rewind to the early days of filmmaking in Georgia, a time long before the red carpets and billion-dollar box office hits. It all began in 1965, when the Turner Broadcasting System was founded right here in Atlanta. What started as a tiny television station quickly grew into a national media giant under Ted Turner. With the launch of CNN and other networks, Turner laid the foundation for a powerful media station, one that would later prove invaluable to filmmakers. Just a few years later, in 1973, Jimmy Carter made a bold move that would shape Georgia's future in entertainment. He established the Georgia Film Commission, which was actually one of the very first state-run agencies in the United States specifically to attract film and television productions. Think of it as the start of a long-term investment in the state's creative economy, a signal to Hollywood that Georgia was ready and open for business. It was not long until the industry took notice through the silver screen. Productions in the 1970s gave America its first real cinematic glimpse of Georgia with films like Deliverance in 1972, a gripping story filmed on Georgia's wild rivers and rugged terrain. Then came Smokey and the Bandit and its sequel in 1977 and 1980. And of course, the beloved TV classic The Dukes of Hazzard, which aired from 1979 to 1985. These productions demonstrated firsthand that Georgia could be a versatile and visually rich filming location. Still, the early industry faced real and persistent hurdles. Studios were limited, and skilled crews were in short supply. Though Georgia had the scenery and the few standout productions under its belt, it was missing the core infrastructure that the state really needed. There simply wasn't a network of studios ready to support back-to-back productions like those in other states. That, however, all began to change in the 2000s. In 2001, the Georgia General Assembly passed a bill that exempted film production costs from state taxes. Then, in 2005, the state went all in with Georgia Entertainment Industry Investment Act that offered tax credits up to a shocking 30% that made filmmaking in Georgia the ultimate dream. The results? Nothing short of staggering. Film spending increased from $78 million in 2005 to $2.7 billion in 2018. Annual productions jumped from over a dozen to more than 150. Jobs in film and TV grew by 482% between 2002 and 2017. Film-related business rose by 46% during that same period. Though, the real question is, what made Atlanta the real ideal backdrop for this growth? Simple answer, it had everything. A skyline that could pass for New York, Chicago, maybe even some futuristic world. Suburbs, forests, and farmlands within a short drive, lower production costs than Los Angeles or New York, which were already known film hubs at this time. And, not to mention, a media legacy built by Turner that was still powering creative work decades later. All the pieces have finally come together. Policy, infrastructure, talent, and vision. What started as a few scattered productions in the 70s had, by the 2000s, transformed into a full-scale industry that could rival some of the biggest film hubs in the world. From Turner's media empire to Carter's early policy push to billion-dollar productions of today, Atlanta earned its place, frame by frame. And that wraps up episode 1 of Peach State Perspective. Next up, Siona takes us behind the scenes of Atlanta's blockbuster boom, where Marvel, Netflix, and Tyler Perry Studios turned Georgia into a modern filmmaking powerhouse. I am Bolden Chen. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep your eyes on the Peach State. I know the cameras certainly are.